Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Pastor Jamel, and it's time for the word. The word for today is Jesus wept. Now, we can find that in the Bible in John 11 and 35. And most of us are very familiar with that scripture. You know, when we were kids and your mother or father or your grandparents said grace, and everyone had to go around the table and say at least one Bible verse. When we were younger, we all usually chose Jesus wept because it's the shortest scripture in the King James Version of the Bible. Nevertheless, it's a very powerful scripture. In that scripture, we get to see Jesus's humanity. We see that Jesus feels for the plight of others and for himself and allows himself to grieve openly. He doesn't hide it. He doesn't run from it. He doesn't make excuses about it. He simply allows himself to grieve. Now, here's the weird thing. A lot of us, when we have suffered the loss of someone or something, we deny what we are actually feeling. We don't allow ourselves to grieve. People may ask us, how are you doing and how are things going? And we may give kind of the cliche answer of, oh, I'm doing fine. I'm okay. Everything is great. I'm blessed and highly favored. But inside, we are denying what we should really be feeling, which is allowing ourselves to grieve the loss of whatever it is or whomever it is. You know, look, one of the reasons that it seems like we don't like to allow ourselves to grieve is because somehow we've linked together grieving with a lack of faith. So if I grieve something, it makes me feel like maybe I don't believe that God will come through for me, or maybe I don't believe that on the end of this, I'll be stronger and better than I was before I went into it. And I want you to understand that Jesus wept in the Bible was not about Jesus having a lack of faith. How do we know this? Because Jesus knew that Lazarus was going to die and actually allowed it to happen. Jesus also knew that Lazarus would rise again and also allowed that to happen. But in the interim, Jesus allowed himself to be present in the moment and just feel the grief of the loss of a friend and the grief of the loved ones that were left behind. So in our lives, a lot of times when we've suffered the loss of something or someone, maybe it's a loved one that we lost, or maybe it's the loss of something, a relationship, a job, a promotion, a business opportunity. Maybe it's the loss of a bad habit. Who knows what it is? But once we've suffered that loss, it is important that we allow ourselves to grieve. There is a tremendous amount of power in our vulnerability. And a lot of times we try to be too strong, and we're so strong that we never find true strength. True strength is found in our vulnerability. So allow yourself to grieve. Whatever it is that maybe you've lost, or that you perceived that you've lost, allow yourself to grieve. Trust me, you'll come out better for it on the other side. I love you all, and I'll catch you next time.